Well, the plan was always to use check-in data to make amazing local search products. And like we see now that we're getting a lot of the people that are using Foursquare for search and discovery, they used to use Yelp. And so we find that if we tell that story a little bit more explicitly, and people are like, oh, I didn't realize that Foursquare could be a replacement for this. So if we talk about it that way, people understand it that way. I think the holy grail of Foursquare for local merchants is we collect, we have a lot of data about the way that people interact with places. And so the Explore recommendation engine that we built is really, really good at helping individuals like you or me find a specific place. But what we find is like you can take that same algorithm and kind of turn it upside down, and it's really good at helping places find people that should actually go to those businesses. And so I think that's really starting to work for us. And I think that's going to be really powerful for Foursquare. Like in our analytics platform, like we have basically like a Google Analytics for the real world, this merchant dashboard. And we have almost 1 million merchants that have, that have claimed their place so they can see their stats. And every time we show those stats to a merchant, they're like, this is awesome, but show me the button that says, I want these customers to come back tomorrow. And we just haven't built that button yet. And that's what we're working on now. So we can actively build tools to say, these were the customers that came in last week. These are the people that used to come here, now they don't come here anymore. Or these are potentially your best customers. Do you want to send different messages to different groups? That's going to be really, really big for us. What do I think will be a big trend at South by Southwest this year? I think it's going to be probably a rehash of what people tried to do last year, because I think South by Southwest is a good petri dish to build and test software that's supposed to be used to help people coordinate and help people connect and help people share. So I think Highlight was really interesting because there's so many people down there. Like I can guarantee you Foursquare will probably have something really interesting to show off there, and I bet there's a bunch of other companies that are going to think about like, all right, how do you reinvent maps? How do you reinvent planning? How do you reinvent sharing? And so you always see a lot of those types of things. And I feel like every time you go to South by Southwest, it's like version 2, version 3, version 4 of people iterating on the same ideas. So. We don't have stuff in the works specifically for South by Southwest. We have maybe, I bet 20 different interesting projects going on right now, and I hope a lot of them will launch before that. But I don't know if we're going to save any just for Austin. So, we find when we specifically try to plan around that, it makes us kind of crazy. And so instead, we launch things as we see them, or launch things as we have them, and then if people can enjoy them down there, it's all the better.